What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Why are you hiding?
Hello everybody, Clarkton here, back from another adventure, and the clip you just watched is from what I consider to be the best FNAF VHS tape series ever made by Battington. Today we're going to go into a deep dive and explain the feelings people can feel while watching this and what could be happening in these clips. Now let's go on to the first one. So, this was the clip at the beginning of the video with Freddy and Foxy and Parts and Service. And I love where Battington took this. Instead of Freddy and his friends being vicious killers out to kill you and get you can kind of see the child in Freddy here.
What you doing? What you doing? Why are you hiding?
Showing that Freddy is just a curious child who is lost and afraid and doesn't want to hurt people. But Barrington did this in such a clever and good way. It makes you so hyper focused on Freddy that you think he's the only threat in the room, when all of a sudden you turn and see that you're not alone. Then it starts a really creepy set of images here showing that they're starting a rerun, but still, just staring into those empty and terrifying looking eyes catches your attention real fast.
Welcome to the Fazbear Entertainment's maintenance video manual. This tape will cover the instructions on.
You will notice that throughout this series, it started as a remake of Scrimpus McGrimps's FNAF VHS videos, but if you ask me, this is definitely the definitive version. But it eventually does advance and become more of its own thing and become the lovely series that I love. So we start the video with an AI sounding voice, but other than that, it's just Freddy with an empty blue background, and it seems like it's all going fine and nothing can go wrong. Then all of a sudden,
Reach behind their neck and press the red button. This will set them into maintenance mode.
you see that, which is clearly the soul of Freddy reaching out through the VHS video. You also notice that the animatronics actually rarely attack people in this series, but they do make their children's souls known when watching this. It's a great moving device because whenever it has Freddy and the gang, you know something is gonna happen. You wait in anticipation for it to happen. Then after that, when you think it's all done and over, suddenly
Second, press the blue.
Freddy shows one of his most terrifying parts of himself and floods you with dread, waiting for the next horrible thing to happen. Eventually, it does.
Then detach the lower jaw. Third, press down on both shoulders to unlock the shoulder joints. Remove both arms.
You start taking Freddy apart, then all of a sudden,
Finally, take the torso piece and lift it upward until it is completely removed. Climb inside the torso and accept your
this is clearly supposed to be where the child's body is. You can even see blood covering some parts of the suit. This tells you to climb into the torso and accept your death. Then we get the creepiest image of the entire episode. This is clearly a mix between the child's soul and the robot itself. Yet again, another type of video that is a repair video, but this one starts with some prep. There's clearly something wrong with Bonnie here. Of course, the workers just assume he's malfunctioning, but I personally think it's the child's soul tampering with the robot, fighting against the performances. Although, unlike last time, Freddy's actually here to help.
Well, have no fear. Freddy's here to help. Now, let's show you how it's done. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Never mind then. Guess he's ditching us. But honestly, after that, it's pretty normal until near the end. Sadly, it sounds like our protagonist of the video doesn't make it out. That last image of Bonnie in the dark with just his eyes is terrifying. I know I said they rarely harm humans, which is true, but when they do, it's freaking terrifying.
Chica?
So this one immediately starts out creepy. It starts with Chica stalking a little girl and eventually having her scream so loud her hearing systems get destroyed.
It's time to go home. Take me home with you. No, Chica. Baby bird. No, Chica. You're scaring me.
This proceeds with something's wrong. Yeah, you think? Then it proceeds to be pretty normal with Chica just looking in some directions. Okay, maybe it's not that normal. This is followed by another terrifying sequence. This reveals the design of Spring Bonnie, which looks absolutely terrifying. The music doesn't help either. And the child talks about how she can't breathe, just like a bird in the snow. Then we get the creepiest part of the episode. Then it all ends with an image of the child being stuffed and repeating the fact that she can't breathe. This one is one of my favorites. It has such a good balance of fear and anticipation. It starts with the pre-show itself. Then it switches to a bunch of kids each time Foxy has to go down the hall. But every single time this repeats, a child keeps on going missing, and every single time that happens, something goes wrong. It starts with the music being lost.
Ahoy, me mateys! It be be your favorite swashbuckling buccaneer, Foxy, the pirate fox. Arg. When I tell ya, we got a grand show for you today in just about 10 minutes. Wait, 10 minutes? That's right, 10 minutes. Can you bloody believe it?
10 minutes? Why, we better gather our gear before time runs out.
Oh, and I've got to prep my singing voice. La 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 la.
Bonnie, make yourself useful and mop the stage, will you?
Whatever you say, Mr. Bossman.
Just try not to slip, Cottontail.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Hey! Will you landlubbers stop mucking around? Anyway, you scallywags just be here in time for the show. Not a moment before, and not a moment later, you hear? Or else you'll be forced to walk the plank. Yeah. Ahoy me mateys! It be your favorite swashbuckling buccaneer, Foxy, the pirate fox. Arg. When I tell ya, we got a grand show for you today in just about 10 minutes.
Which is a good stepping stone to show what's about to happen next.
10 minutes? Why, we better gather our gear before time runs out.
Oh, and I've got to prep my singing voice. La 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 la.
Bonnie, make yourself useful and mop the stage, will you? Just try not to slip, Cottontail.
This is so good for a terrifying moment and is amazing at catching people off guard. Then the same thing happens to Freddy.
Oh, and I've got to prep my singing voice. La 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 la.
Then Chica. Then the tape gets all buggy.
Hey! Will you landlubbers stop?
Viewing of this tape is prohibited. Discard it immediately. Viewing of this tape is prohibited. Discard it immediately. Viewing of this tape is prohibited. Discard it immediately. Viewing of this.
These are all good for creating anticipation. For what? Well, for the creepiest part of the episode.
What's the matter, Foxy? I thought you wanted an audience.
This part is so disturbing, where it shows all the children and William in their creepiest form, which is good for showing how disturbing and horrible William is, because the games kind of takes it lightly, but Battington really leans into the child murderer point, which succeeds at making him more terrifying, in my opinion, of course. Then it all ends with this. Personally take this as the Trillion Souls wanting to give up, but every single time they're being forced to not give up, which makes it also disturbing if you think of it in that direction. This one is another one of my favorites, but it is longer than the other one, so let's get right into it. The episode starts by explaining how to use the Springlock suits, and both Fredbear and Spring Bonnie's designs are both revealed, and they look terrifying, yet kind of perfect. They have a vintage look you'd expect, and that's awesome. Then we get our first creepy moment when the recorder gets into the suit. And then that shows up. If any of you have watched Grimpus McGrimpus's videos, you'd recognize this as the criminal section.
Criminal, 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 criminal.
Then we get whatever the heck this thing is. Though the fact that the faceplate's open kinda makes a cool connection to sister location. Then we get an explanation on whatever the heck we just saw, turning out to be of the fiberglass shell stage. Talks more about spring locks, which, for being genius robotic makers, Henry and William were not that smart when it came to the idea of spring locks. Next, it explains what to do in case of a spring lock failure, which is very reassuring.
In the event of a spring lock failure, do not panic. Keep as still as possible and call for help. Calm your breathing and have a partner wound up the hand crank to lock the spring locks once more. Then safely and gently remove the suit.
Then we get the second creepiest part of the episode, which starts talking about Fredbear's strongest jaw. Then we get to see that jaw in action, in more than one way. Then we get the creepiest part.
Hey, do me a favor. Maybe somehow you could check inside those suits.
This part especially is so unnerving. Just his look towards you is like horrifying. Like it's just horrible. Like you can't explain. That probably like leans into uncanny valley. The fact that we hear Phone Guy's death and are kind of put into his situation is honestly kind of terrifying also. Then we get a shot showing all the previous tapes saying we're gifted to find the fifth. Then the puppet starts talking to us, and this is when we learn we are watching this as Michael. And she explains to him about the suits. She then reveals that the same thing happened to Michael's father, or William Afton. She then shows Michael where he ended up, and we get our first view of Springtrap's design. Then it ends on a real somber and moving scene with Fredbear and Springbonnie talking about friendship and how nothing is more important than it.
Well, folks, it's been a real pleasure having you here tonight.
We hate to say goodbye, but cheer up, there's always tomorrow.
And just remember that a friend is the best thing you could ever have. When life gets you down, a friend will be there to help.
Yeah. Oh, for example, there was this one time I got stuck in a water machine. And a friend of mine had to cut a hole in it just to get me out.
I'll say it again, this scene is very moving and touching. Kinda makes it more sad about how many friendships were ruined during the events of FNAF. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed part 1. If this video is popular enough, then I'll make part 2. But if it's not that popular, don't worry. It would be released next Halloween. Okay, that being said, I've been Croc Dude. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next adventure.